Alright. Still.
So we here.
Are we on the air?
Energy you gotta bring to the table, it's gotta pretty much be asserted. You can't be hesitant or skeptical about how you gonna present yourself or present what you're doing to people or somebody.
No. I want to go back to the Hitler shit.
The hit, okay. Yeah.
And because it was the same shit that Trump was doing.
Like, but it's what he's trying to, but it's like he's using the influential standpoint of what Hitler was doing. That's what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, with the dictator, he capitalized on the crisis and made everybody believe one thing because they had nothing else to believe. They were scared. They was hopeless, down bad, pretty much.
So he took advantage of a crisis.
Took advantage of a crisis and tried to capitalize on it and put his own spin on things. And then try to alleviate and cover up any other things he may have slipped up on.
But Trump didn't go to God. Trump didn't say, "Oh, praise God," and this.
He held the Bible in front of the church, like right before he sprayed people with tear gas. I'm just.
Yeah, but.
Well, did you see that shit? When he was like
the economic part, he used Lysol and tissue and hand sanitizer was what killed the diseases instead of crisis itself. Meaning, why
basic necessities. He capitalized on that because think about what this man is about, what his family's about. Exactly. So with that,
but that's all of America.
With that
America is
being,
capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the difference. That's the differences between.
That's the difference. When you can capitalize and be influential at the same time, and also stand in a platform by yourself. See, Trump can't do that. He's not our economy, our government, anything you want to. It's set up to where one person cannot contain absolute power, but they still have a major influence on most.
But Trump is trying to do that now because he's trying to run with the martial law. He's basically turning it into a military.
That's what he was trying. But see,
the ruler.
He's like a dictator.
Because of rebellion.
But think about
he's sending
the
troops
ruler
into
of
cities.
the.
He's sending troops into cities and try to control using an act of violence.
The head governor, the head of the
peaceful protesters.
All right, so what does that say to the protesters now? What is that idea of like, we're coming in with military, we're coming in with the National Guard, we're coming in with heavy. What does that say to the protesters?
His platform, it says to the protesters that if you were paying attention to way back when he was trying to come into the presidency, his platform, when he stated, it was a video, when he said, back in the old days, look it up. A video when he was saying back when black people were getting beat, black people didn't have a right to voice their opinion, black people were pretty much
still apply that today.
He's trying to apply that to the today.
He's trying not to listen.
So that martial law.
Wait.
That martial law.
Wait.
In silence.
But you said you said that black people don't produce anything.
That's what he's trying to implement. That black people.
But wait. How false is that?
We already know over there. America was built by black people,
but
owned by black people, but conquered.
And today is not valid.
But what I'm saying is, today, what do black people produce as far as a mass good that goes up?
Nothing.
All right, so when Trump said that black people don't produce anything, was it a lie?
It wasn't a lie.
It wasn't a lie, but it's still not all the way true. Just because it's not a lie doesn't make it true. You gotta remember that.
Okay.
Just because it's not a lie does not make it true. Because think about it. Over the years, black people have been torn down. Like you said,
yes,
pretty much rags to riches and back to rags.
Yes.
That's how it's been over the decades in history. You can go back way back when to when before, Europeaners and explorers and all that stuff. That's how history has been for people of color.
Yeah.
So,
in a sense, he's saying black people still don't have a voice.
They don't have the finances. They're not economically where they need to be.
That's true.
That's
the truth.
That's why they feel black people aren't implementing.
Who brought that?
They brought that.
But what we wanted from the start, trading. We thought trading would be a good way of finding peace, and
we didn't have
trading resources.
Trading what resources? Trading what resources? Trading what resources?
You're trading resources that we know that you need.
No, wait. What are the resources? No, give me a list. Give me like the top 3 resources that we traded. What are the resources that we traded? What are the resources that we traded?
Well, one resource I can say is tobacco. That was a resource we traded in. Think about how Jamestown was ran. It was a plantation basically. Wait.
So we saying that. Are we saying that when the Englishmen came to America, black people owned tobacco? And they freely traded with the white people. Is that what we're saying?
But see, they didn't have commerce. They didn't understand that, trading is the land. What the fuck we getting trading shit that's here?
Already here. Think about it. They felt that it was a home of the land, and we don't have to buy anything.
It's here for all of us.
It's here for all of us.
We can go outside right now.
Together. You don't have to buy it.
Exactly.
All right.
And we can all go and plant a tree, plant tomatoes, plant squash, plant peaches, corn, whatever we want to eat.
Yes.
We can plant that.
Yes.
Maintain it. Grow it. Cook it for ourselves.
Why do I have to pay for it?
Wait.
If I could trick you and make you do this and do this,
now
doing this.
I say they didn't own it because natives were territory. There was different territories. You got different tribes, so there's different territories ran by the tribes. But the head marshal and chief of the tribes still had it to a point where we're not going to go out and conquer. We're not conquering the next person. We need this resource.
How did they trade with the English people? How did the black people, whoever owned the tobacco, I'm guessing black, because there were black people here before white people.
They were tricked in food and
you said how did they trade?
Yeah, because you said that we were trading resources, and then you said one of the resources was tobacco, and you said that, and so I'm trying to figure out how did that trade
through rivers?
I thought
you sounded like
there's multiple points I'm about to make. You said you're talking to me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Now, way back when, if you was talking to somebody that didn't know what English was,
absolutely.
What the fuck what do you want? You said you showing me something. I'm gonna show you something. Is this what you want for this? Okay, well, you showing me how this is resourceful, how this gonna help me every day. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. But it's like an outgoing energy, a caring. It's not a give or take relationship with Europeaners were trying to implement was a give or take relationship. You either going
that was a win.
You're either gonna take what we're trying to give you for what we're trying to get, or we're gonna get it.
Now we gotta look at history too. All right, because when the Englishmen first came here, they did try to run it by themselves, and they failed. Horribly. All right, so of course they had to get down with the English. They had to get down with the natives. Some natives were cool, other natives not so cool. And guess what? The Englishmen, they had them doggone hammers, and they was like, hey, give us this shit right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking. The give or take relationship that the Europeaners were trying to implement. Now natives, people of color, they already had the land, region established to where if we need this resource, we know who to go to, we know where it's at, we know how to get it. But we know what we need to do, what we need to bring to the table in order to receive this resource. It's a win-win situation. They're both receiving in this end of the bargain.
It's an equal trade.
That's equal trade.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But in capitalism, there's no such thing as an equal trade.
Yeah, now and today. But back then, capitalism should be a word.
I mean, I think capitalism it's not bad when it's done right.
Yeah,
correct.
But it's not bad when you take it to ownership.
Yeah, well, when you go into like a greed level with it, where it's like I'm gonna just like hang you on a rope to the last drip drop, like now that I disagree with.
Yeah, now even Trump stated pedophiles should be having a life sentence when he's a pedophile himself.
No.
Wait, Trump's a pedophile?
Yeah.
Oh shit! You just told me something new.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God.
Oh yeah.
I'm not surprised.
They brought it up, and then it was earlier when he was, trying to become president, and then they mentioned that, and then it was a man. I can't really think of the man's name, but he was supposed to, confronted him on that during the speech, but they never let the speech, been brought out. So
because they don't want to scare people too much. So.
Exactly. So
they don't want people. What's been broadcast and frontline and streamed, they don't want people to have all this.
But they do it
more background knowledge on what the top is being broadcast and shown, and thrown in the face.
Yeah, that's what fucked up with the internet today. Think about it. If I can show you, if I say, does 5 million people dying in China right now because of the coronavirus, that number 5 million would get you like, oh, damn. But if you're not showing results and showing the people who died, why should I believe you? But you can mainstream a black dude that died, Kobe Bryant, and then bring up
like all time.
That's what I pointed out.
But you can't bring up these specific families.
Can't bring up the specific family members as well. You're going off of what you can
mainstream Kevin Durant and say he has COVID-19 and live, but the 5 million in China people got it.
What happened to them?
Well,
you just using the black people just to say that black people can get it and get rid of it, but that was just a false advertising. Well, that was just a false.
Yeah, I mean, because they had wait, no, because what happened was when Trump came out and called it the China virus, China raised hell and said, "Listen, you better put some respect on our motherfucking name." So as soon as that happened, he was like, "Okay, let's put it on the black people." Then you started seeing Kevin Durant come out here. Now you start seeing Idris Elba come out here talking about it.
Multiple stars that's being mainstream.
And here's how you know it's some bullshit. None of them died.
Yeah, but
no, I'll say the right. One guy died.
But come to find out, it's only 3,000 people or less died in China. But what sparked the people, what caused the pandemic, made you panic, was the number 5 million. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, so when you got like the biggest voice,
yes,
your CNNs, your MSNBCs, things like Fox, saying that over and over and over again, it's easy to understand how fast it spread.
Yes.
Now I will say this: it was a virus.
It
was a virus. It may not have been like a medical virus, but it was a virus. It was an economic virus.
In a way, it's still been a population control.
Modified to directly
control. It was economic control too.
That goes to the vaccine. If you're talking about population control with Bill Gates,
because he want everybody to be hold in and then depend on the products that whites own. Lysol, tissue, or call this pandemic make you panic. So now I'm gonna throw these resources that you already need. So they want
you to keep engaging in the system of capitalism to keep them richer. It makes sense.
Richer get richer, the poor get poor.
Exactly. And what happens in a crisis like this is now the reason you have so much civil unrest is because the wealth gap has been stretched. Because you got the wealthy getting extremely wealthy and the poor getting extremely poor.
Because they're dependent on the resources that they're bringing.
But still, think about it.
The resources that they're bringing.
They're the black people, the poor, people in the poverty class general, they're dependent on the resources that's being broadcasted by upper class, richer people. But then within that boundary, in that broad line that you said has been stretched currently, there's that racial difference. That's, that racial tension. And now that's what the protests and all this rioting is to bring that to the surface, to make people realize, make political leaders realize that only way that America is ever going to be what the fuck any other place in the world is going to be flourishing and, people need us for shit, we're not going to them for shit, is if this racial tension is eliminated.
Yeah.
And every other place everybody...
You know why? White people feel more superior than black people.
Any place you go...
But here's the thing. Like I say one thing that'll tie both of this together. It's very simple. When you said the poor is any and everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay. Even in poor neighborhoods, those poor people have stores of their own that they can go to. Mm-hmm. We don't have that. We need to have that so that even if there's
if
there's a poor class, we still as a community can still make money.
It's a black community.
That's what I'm saying.
And we need that. We need to come
together.
No. Let's have our own White House. Let's have our own. Let's have our own police. Let's have our own law enforcement.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the Italians do that, the Russians do that, the Asians do that.
Exactly. So you got different races, got their own military style. Let's have a black military style.
And think about it. When I say when you go anywhere else on a continent, anywhere else in the world, and you might see a couple other races there, but the main category, the main race that's there is going to be there.
How can their word be stronger than our word?
See, this is you saying wait. Human is a species. Race is black and white. So let's get that straight.
Okay. Well, we're all
because race didn't come into play until the 1500s, and that was with Pope Saint Innocent.
Well, we all humans.
Yeah, we're in a race war, but we're still human.
Yeah, we're human beings.
So I look at it, we're all equal. So if you this race and you this race, you have your own. What's the problem?
This world is big enough. Like it really is. But what they try to say is that the world is smaller than what it really is. That's why they only tell you what they want you to know. There you go. That's why they stream out food shortages and water shortages, which to a degree, I get it. But water is recyclable. Water has been recyclable since the beginning of time. How can you run out of something that's been here since the beginning of time?
They only tell you about 5% of the water.
They haven't studied that. Think about it. In marine science class, I learned that we only have studied about 5 to 10% of our ocean, but NASA is sending millions of dollars to go out of space and travel all type of stuff.
If there's a 5-10%, there's 100%.
Exactly.
There's a 5-10%, there's 100%.
Amount of galaxy.
Can we see the 100%?
Yeah, I would really like to know more about what's going on here versus
more and more every day. There's animals in the ocean that's being surfaced or being brought to mainstream because they've been living there, but they never knew about it because we only know about 5% or 10% of our ocean that we live on. We live on this planet, but people are saying,
wait. Elon Musk wants to send people to Mars. They already got it planned out. They already got people volunteering to live on Mars. So there are people who are volunteering. So they can say, we can get these people to live on Mars.
If
all the rich motherfuckers going to Mars.
If everybody in the
and world, they gonna fuck this planet up.
We're not focused. We're not focused. If everyone, as I'm talking about the black community,
yes.
If each one of us can better ourselves and be a scientist or a businessman or a salesman or whatever, thing that's gonna get people, get us to build and grow as one. You know what I'm saying? If we all can do that, then we'll be able to learn about what we're living in.
Well, we'd have to be able to look up to more than just rappers and athletes.
Of course. We got to look into more of the science. We got to look into more of history.
I was looking just the entrepreneurship and business at this point.
Yeah. At this point, this is what it all. We need to build. We need to build that.
We need businessmen.
For real, like that's what we honestly need.
We need more.
No, first thing we need is land, which is territory.
We gotta get massive.
I would say
I own territory, so because once we own a part of this earth, you can't take it away from me because I own it.
All right, well, I would have you would have a section that would go get the land, and then another section that will understand and get the business.
Exactly. So now we come together, and then now we got a team.
Yeah.
So we need 5-star players.
Well, I mean, we need more than that, but I get what you're saying.
Well, we need 5-star players.
I get what you're saying.
We need a motherfucking lawyer. We need a motherfucking businessman. You know what I'm saying? We need investors. We need a fucking nurse. We need all that.
We need a bank, school, hospital, grocery store, and
all that come with the main.
There's one more.
Bank, school, hospital, and
bank, school, hospital.
We need our own healthcare company. How about that?
Law enforcement.
Yeah, we need our law enforcement.
I agree. Yeah.
We need our law enforcement. Well, we need people. We need to come together though. We need people to come together. We need our black community to come together and understand the concept of what we're doing to better the community.
What is the concept?
The concept is
we're not going to racially be seen as less superior. That's always been an image that whites have been trying to implement, but we're not racially less superior. If we can survive over ages of being...
But there are black people who show that they are.
Because that's how
because of that what the police encouraged.
Is that because of what the media encouraged?
That's what the media encouraged. That's what the government encouraged. That's how they. That's what they economically and how they been economically.
If you think about it, no. You think about it. If somebody kill your loved one, you got all type of emotions to bring out. When somebody killed George's family, he have loved ones, so you don't know. They don't have no other way to express their emotions, so they use their emotions by attacking, by starting riots, by starting burning things down.
We're going to physically show you how
they're tired now because they don't have no other way. They can't cry. They just have they don't have no interaction.
And George Floyd
bring it out.
I get that. I mean, because you've seen so many tragedies over and over and over again to the point that one in particular, you saw it all the way out.
They're tired of being tired.
Yeah, and I really think it's the fact that because we've been quarantined.
Yeah, his brother said that.
It's like
the only way
we had no choice but to sit down and watch it. We were at home because if we were at work, let's be honest, how different is this from Eric Garner, the guy who got choked up by the police in New York? That was back in 2015.
The guy who was handcuffed and shot in his back. And you remember that the Fruitsville station?
Oscar Grant.
Oscar Grant.
Yeah.
Handcuffed, laying on the ground.
How many white people got shot by all police?
How many white?
Yeah, you heard of that?
People
got shot by police.
Wait,
how many white people, or is there a certain amount of portion of white people that has been shot by policemen?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
Or is it white privileges?
I've
seen a police do this to a white man with a gun.
I'm saying like this. I'm sure that there is, but they'll never put it out there. They can never show that type of image because the image is very important.
That's white privilege.
Yes.
That's a privilege.
George Floyd brother made the statement that the only way that the racial tension and the law enforcement brutality.
But it said that it had to take that. It said that it had to take another black man to die.
We have to vote
by white policemen to see that.
Stop. No, we do not. Politicians run off money. If you do not have the money to buy the politicians to get them to do what you want them to do, your vote is pointless.
Exactly. Okay. That's why when we vote, we have to vote. No. But we also have to be to a point where we're entrepreneurs and investors of ourselves. That's where. So I understood what he was saying, but I was like, yeah, we're gonna do that, but we're just gonna get the same shit we've been because. And we don't know what the fuck goes on when, the political leaders sit down and talk. We don't know. For our safety,
that's why
we don't know.
That's why we gotta hope for the best.
They literally have rooms that they still run like the 1700s where it's closed doors, no cameras, and they talk about whatever they want to talk about.
They got one person.
That's why we hope for the best, but we still prepare for the worst. We hope for the best.
No, wait. No. It's the art of war. It's the art of war. When you know yourself and you know your enemy 100%, your chances of winning are inevitable. They know us 100%, and we don't know them.
They're weak, genetically.
No, I'm saying from a governmental standpoint, the government knows everything about us. We get everything from them, but we don't know what they talk about. We just know what they present.
Yes. It's like a project.
So that is the art of war. When you know yourself and your enemy 100%, your chances of winning are inevitable. Anytime you try to go against the government, they know how to shut you down because they know how to move. They control everything that you do, which is what the Patriot Act is. which came out in 2001 after the
so they can stop
9/11 attack
from going up here.
No, what the Patriot Act basically said is that we're going to keep surveillance of everything. We want data on everybody and everything. So what it is that all of our phones, there's data that is gathered and it goes to a building in Utah. I forgot the name of it right offhand, but all of that data gets collected there. Pictures, text messages, phone calls, you name it, all goes to this database, and they keep collections of it because they want to know what everybody's doing all the time.
Do it ever go away?
No.
Mm-hmm. That's a life permanent record.
Whatever you put on your phone, it's gone. You put a text saying like, "Hey, bro, I got some gas." Guess what? It's saved. Even if you delete it off your phone.
Any nudes you got, that's
you send any dick pics, those shits is saved,
government
bro.
officials. 5 government officials. I've definitely seen them shits. Like, that's how the world is, and like you said, that's like Bruce Lee. When you can study your opponent and you get it to an art and a skill where you know what your opponent's about to do just by how they shrug their shoulder, you already got them beat. Isn't that, like you said, it's inevitable. You can't be beat once you know what's coming.
Exactly. You already got 5 counters laid out.
If you looking, like I said, playing life like chess, like the last one I made. If you looking and you have 15 possibilities and you know how to engage yourself where you don't get over engaged, where you can't backtrack to alternate route that may be your other best advantage.
That's very true.
You have to have those multiple options. And see, where we stand politically, we don't have those multiple options. One option that's been killed for us for years is economics.
We don't have a voice.
Economically, we've been stripped.
But here's the thing though, even with the money, here's the thing though, all of the other nationalities understand this. Black people are the biggest consumers. So that's why they put their businesses in our neighborhoods, because they know that we will support them no matter what. So we make them powerful.
That's why I said we can capitalize on that so much if we invest to a point where we're allies to them, and then we start to flourish our own business and they invest back.
No.
Then we can capitalize and trigger a whole domino effect on how other black people can see this and be like, if he did it, I can do it. Think about it. Any businessman that was a European or a white-owned businessman, other people saw what he was doing and they try to reciprocate.
They got influence.
They got influence. Now we can have multiple influences and stamp that, and then people start filing it in until it's a trademark. That's gonna lead a drastic change in politics.
Sir, it is this simple. Only thing we got to do is take the same money that we spend at the Chinese stores and
save that
and just spend it with other black people, black businesses. But in order for that to happen, we'd have to actually love who we are.
Love who we are. We gotta actually know and learn how to be responsible with saving finances and investing properly.
Where's the black?
No. We were literally no. You have to understand. We would have to love who we are first. True story. A guy went to a gas station. It was a black gas station on the left and a white liquor store on the right. He went to the black gas station, got some ice. Same type of ice machine. Looked at the ice, put it down, went to the white man gas station, liquor store. Same ice machine. Looked at the bag of ice, went to the white man's store and buy it. So the dude was like, "Hey man, why you buy that ice from the white dude?" He was like, "Oh man, I don't like the ice from the black dude. That ice too lumpy. I'm gonna get the white man ice that's smoother." I'm like, "What the fuck? It's the same fucking shit." But you don't love. But you don't love. That's what I'm saying. He didn't love he didn't love himself to be like, you know what? I know this ice is lumpy, but for the greater good of my people, I'm gonna spend with you.
Oh yeah.
Like I make it my business to go to a black business every week.
And I don't have a problem with nobody that doesn't have a problem with me. Now I'm a human, and I don't see race. I've never seen race. I'm human. If you want to classify me, I'm human.
The way you are. If you're human,
yes.
I said that, and I can show love to somebody without even knowing them. That's very much. You can love somebody, love them, without knowing them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because you can keep a distance, but you can know that maybe they're not where they need to be mentally. Maybe they're not where they need to be financially. So maybe they're not where they need to be and have stability.
So you have a level of thinking that is outside of the Constitution.
Yeah, something that never happened.
You see, because what you have is a level of thinking that's outside of the Constitution. Now, in a perfect world, you would be right. In a perfect world, you would be right. But unfortunately, based on the laws of the land that we're in right now, in the society that we're in right now, unfortunately, you're wrong.
We have the heart of the land.
Exactly. We have the heart of. We're bred from it.
Yes.
Born and raised from it.
Absolutely.
If you go back in our family tree, you might find a couple specks down the line that's different races, but we're born and bred from the land. To the land, from the land.
We might have some eager ancestors because of what they've been through.
You ever heard from?
Still know the peace and the
dust
love
to dust, ashes to ashes. From the land who's risen will once return back to the land.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, because if we honestly, to me, I feel like the earth is just a big recycling center. Like everything is recycled. Like even though our bodies go back into the dirt, it goes back into the dirt and then it replenishes the earth.
And think about it. When mothers are in their maternal state and they're eating and they have their cravings, some of the stuff they get comes from the land.
Absolutely. Everything comes from the land.
Exactly. So they're nurturing their body and their offspring from the land. So one day when they go back to the land, the cycle continues.
Okay. Now, hold on. I want to switch gears for a second. Doja Cat. Are you familiar?
Oh, I already know. I already know we going.
All right, so I mean, I'm pretty sure we've seen the video.
Yeah, it's a rough video to watch.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, how are we feeling here, guys?
With that subject, it's like it could be a publicity stunt. Yeah, there we go. Publicity stunt.
Yes, yes.
It could be that because there's been multiple artists in any genre in the industry that have done extreme false advertisement information just to get to it.
Pump faking.
Prime example, what's the dude off of
Tekashi Rich 9? He did what?
Tekashi Rich 9.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, he did it. Soulja Boy did it. All that hollering and yelling and
Lady Gaga. Who else? The dude who played on Empire, the gay dude off Empire. Jesse Smollett. He did it. Faked the whole incident.
We knew that shit was
publicity. But think about it.
All right, but wait. Even though it was a publicity stunt, let's say it was, to stoop to that level for publicity, what does that say about you as a human?
That says that you are
a person.
You haven't evolved. You haven't developed mentally to a more enlightened state to be yourself and love everyone as they are.
And look in the mirror.
Love yourself and love everyone as they are. Be a human.
Is you really
love humans. I'm not gonna say because there's a difference between people and humans. I'm gonna classify that now. A human is able to love himself, love themselves, and love their fellow man, the fellow person. And when I say man, I mean female, male. Love themselves and the fellow man as well. Be able to be comfortable in their skin and also engulf other people, engage what they're going through, and still endure that and be able to help them enlighten the situation.
Yes.
Staying true to their character and helping them find a more enlightened self. Helping them find a more enlightened version of themselves. Now with people they're going to be degrading. People are going to see that color. People are going to make those blunt differences, those blunt visual differences that you're going to see.
Outside looking in.
Outside, they're going to be
those. No, because you said color. Like, okay, so let me answer this question. Is colorism a thing?
It is.
All right, expand on that.
Colorism, you see it in any form, fashion. Colorism could be in nature. It could be within the people. Even within gangs, it's formed within the people, by the people, colorism.
All right.
And that it can stem from a form of racism, because when you see colorism, you're so for your people, you're so about your people, pretty much to an imperialistic state for your people, about your people, that if it's not your people, they're not with you.
All right,
you can't see what they're trying to do. You can't engulf them what they're trying to do. You can't indulge yourself in that. You can't endure their company because it's not what you been endured around. Mm-hmm. You've been brought around. You've been broadcasted, streamed around because you have your say.
Can't engage in that.
All right, because like I have a different understanding of colorism, and mine's might be a little more simple. Maybe, I don't know. I'm weird. All right, so from my understanding is that if you have a certain shade, you will be degraded. Like if you see a female and she's of a darker complexion, she would not get chosen versus a woman with a lighter complexion.
Mm-hmm. And that goes hand in hand with us. When you see your color, that just, some people are just stuck to that. It's just in a state where they see their color, their complexion, and they feel as though they know what they're getting themselves in. They already know what the concept is, what the print. They know what frontline they're going to be broadcasting and getting pretty much with that.
And that's what knowing your people.
And knowing your people, exactly. It falls into that. And that's what people are. Humans, they're going to see, even though he's not like me in any aspect, form, way, we might still have similarities. We might still have a trait.
So let me ask this question. Which one is of a greater importance? Colorism, racism?
I say, when you say importance, do you mean...
Like which one? Like if we had to tackle one first, would it be racism or colorism?
Racism is like, even if we tackle that situation is something that has to stem down, and multiple people have to get on board. Multiple people have to be on board.
You got racial ancestors that driven in to certain people, a part of this country.
Driven into certain generations.
That's gonna be racist forever.
All right, so we're saying that we attack racism first and colorism second.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, now I have a philosophy that's a little bit different because I think it might need to go in reverse. Because to battle racism, we would have to love who we are. And if we don't even love the color of who we are, then how can we battle somebody who loves the color of who they are?
They love the color of who they are because the color of what they stand for has been pretty much predetermined for them. The person they're meant to be has been predetermined by their ancestors of how they felt enlightened off of other people's knowledge.
Or superior.
And then they created the term superiority and took that term to the extreme and developed where there's racism.
That's why they come up with these different words and use in different terms or in a term that you don't understand. But in their term, it's a higher power for them.
All right.
Where you lack of knowledge because you don't understand their meaning.
Okay, so are we still going to say that racism is...
No.
Okay.
Reversed.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I feel you. We got to love ourselves before
we can even fight, because if I'm going to war with these people right now, hypothetically speaking, going to war with you, I need to make sure that the people who's like right here, we cool.
Yeah.
Because I know they not cool.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to run up, surrender.
Yeah, because if I already know the front is not cool with me, I don't need the sides to like turn on me.
Mm-hmm.
But
on that line,
exactly.
On that line, soldiers.
Yeah,
real soldiers.
Hey, what's time?
9:43.
Oh, snap. Go. All right, work.